Hello grade 8 students! For today, we will be discussing graphing linear equations using intercepts. In today's lesson, you should be able to graph linear equations using intercepts. There are three steps in graphing linear equation using intercept. Our first step is to locate the x-intercept by letting y be equal to 0. Second, locate the y-intercept by letting the value of x be equal to 0. And lastly, we need to draw a line through the points. Let's have our first example. Graph the equation x plus y is equal to 4. Our first step is to locate our x-intercept. To do that, we need to set the value of y be equal to 0. Just copy our original equation and substitute 0 from y. So we will have x plus 0 is equal to 4. To simplify this one, we have x is equal to 4. Therefore, our x-intercept is 4, 0. Next is to locate our y-intercept. To do that, we need to set the value of x be equal to 0. The same process, just copy our original equation and substitute 0 from x. So we will have 0 plus y is equal to 4. To simplify this one, we have y is equal to 4. Therefore, our y-intercept is 0, positive 4. Now that our table of values are complete, we can now graph our equation. So we have coordinates 4, 0 located on the x-axis, and we also have coordinates 0, positive 4 located on the y-axis. Our last step is to draw a line connecting these 2 points. So as you can see, we formed a straight line which is a graph of linear equations. Our second example is graph 3x plus y is equal to 6. Again, let's locate our x-intercept by letting the value of y be equal to 0. Copy our equation and substitute 0 from y, so we will have 3x plus 0 is equal to 6. To simplify this one, we will have 3x is equal to 0. To get the value of x, we need to divide both sides by 3, so we will have x is equal to 0. Therefore, our x-intercept would be 2 and 0. Next is locate our y-intercept. To do that, let x be equal to 0, copy our equation, and substitute 0 from x, so we will have 3 times 0 plus y is equal to 6. We know that 3 times 0 is 0, so to simplify this one, we will have y is equal to 6. Therefore, our y-intercept would be 0, positive 6. Now that our table of values are already complete, we can now graph our equation. So we have coordinates 2, 0, and we also have coordinates 0, positive 6. Our last step is to draw a line connecting these points, so we will form a straight line again. Let's have our third example. So we have here x minus 2y is equal to 4. Our first step is to locate our x-intercept. So we need to let the value of y be equal to 0 and copy our equation and substitute 0 from y. So we will have x minus 2 times 0 is equal to 4. We know that 2 times 0 is 0. So we will have x minus 0 is equal to 4. To simplify this one, we will have x is equal to 4. Therefore, our x-intercept is 4, 0. Next is to locate our y-intercept. To do that, we need to set the value of x be equal to 0 and substitute 0 from our original equation. So we will have 0 minus 2y is equal to 4. 0 minus 2y, to simplify that, we will have negative 2y is equal to 4. To get rid of negative 2 on our variable, we need to divide both sides by negative 2. So we will have y is equal to negative 2. Therefore, our y-intercept would be 0, negative 2. Now that our table of values are complete, let's plot our coordinates. So we have here positive 4, 0 and coordinate 0, negative 2. Our last step is to connect these points, so we will form a straight line. Our last example would be graph the equation 2x minus 3y is equal to 12. Again, let's find our x-intercept by letting the value of y be equal to 0. So we have our original equation and we need to substitute y by 0. So we will have 2x minus 3 times 0 is equal to 12. We know that 3 times 0 is 0, so we will have 2x minus 0 is equal to 12. To simplify this one, we will have 2x is equal to 12. To get the value of x, we need to divide both sides by positive 2. Therefore, x is equal to positive 6. Our x-intercept would be 6 and 0. Let's locate now our y-intercept by letting the value of x be equal to 0. So we will have our original equation and our x variable replaced by 0. So we will have 2 times 0 minus 3y is equal to 12. 2 times 0 is 0. So we will have 0 minus 3y is equal to 12. To simplify this one, we will have negative 3y is equal to 12. To get rid of negative 3 on our variable, we divide both sides by negative 3. Therefore, y is equal to negative 4. Our y-intercept would be 0, negative 4. Now that our table of values are complete, let's plot our coordinates. So we have positive 6, 0. And then we also have 0, negative 4. Our last step is to connect these points. So as you can see, we also form a straight line. Now it's your turn. Find the intercepts of the following. For number 1, we have the equation 2x plus 4y is equal to 8. And for number 2, we have 3x minus y is equal to negative 6. Pause the video for a while and we will reveal the answer afterwards. Here are the answers from our previous exercises. The x-intercept for number 1 is 4, 0, and the y-intercept is 0, positive 2. For number 2, we have the x-intercept negative 2, 0, and we have y-intercept 0, positive 6. If you got it right, congratulations! Very good! That's all for today. Do not forget to access your Quiper accounts for a short assessment, and do not hesitate to ask Sir Alex and Miss Ria for further questions. Thank you and God bless.